All right, so for Age of Industry, I just want to go over what you get at the start of the game. One of the things you're going to get is this player display sheet, and it's going to show you the different things you can build. So you have these cotton mills that you can build up here, and you have these market tiles here, ironworks section here, coal that you can coal mines, ports, and ships. And depending on what side of the board you use, because it's double-sided, you will either use these or won't use these ones. And the one I'm going to show is without the ships because it's the easier beginner version of the game. Each of these tiles have different numbers on them, and if you have to build from left to right, so you can't start building in the threes. You have to build your ones, or ones before twos, twos before threes. Or if you don't want to build them, there's an upgrade function you can do, and I'll show that later. Some of these tiles have zeros, and what that means is you have to do upgrades before you can start building. So you would have to do 2 upgrades for this tile before you could start building the markets, and you'd have to do 1 upgrade for your ships before you could start building the other ships. You have a bunch of rails. 1 rail you get to build for $1. The other ones also cost $1, but additionally you're going to have to use coal and iron to build the rails. The numbers on top is the cost of the industry to build it, and once you use the industry, the bottom number is the payout. So the numbers will determine what your payout is. If you use up a cotton mill with a number 2, you're going to get $11. Versus a number 3 is going to pay you $20, or a number 1 is going to pay you $8. The player board also tells you the turn sequence. So there's 3 things that happen during a turn sequence. You got player actions, then the order of play, and you pay interest. Order of play just means determining player order. And for your player actions, it has all of them written right here. You can either build industry, you can build a railway, sell goods, develop, take 2 cards, or pass. And you get to do 2 actions, except on the first turn, you only get to do 1 action on the first turn. All right. Additionally, to the player board and the tiles that each player is going to get. All right, you're also going to get money. You have silver coins and gold coins. The silver are worth $1 a piece, and the gold are worth $5 a piece. You're not going to start with any money, though. To get money, you're going to have to take out loans. You're also going to get coal and iron cubes. That will be used as well. You're going to get your deck of cards, and each player, depending on the player number, is going to get dealt a certain number of cards. I'm going to be demonstrating a 3-player game, so each player is going to get 6 cards, and then you're also going to make a face-up draw deck, where you can either take from a face-up visual card that you can see, or draw cards from the top of the deck and just see what you get, but also not let anyone else know what you're getting. Alright, so as I mentioned, the board is double-sided. This is what's considered the more difficult side of the board, because you have to deal with ships and coal markets off to the side. And so they're saying for your first game, they recommend playing the other side of the board, so that's what we're going to use. Additionally, besides the things I've already mentioned, you're going to get loan tiles to take, and you're going to also have little player tokens, which will show the turn order. So this is the side of the board that I'm going to use. So it doesn't have the ships, so that means we're not going to be using the ship tokens during the game. I've set up on the side the draw deck and the 2 cards of the display that people can choose from. I have put the turn order out here, so yellow's going to go first, then purple, then green. Up here you have a market for coal and iron. If there is not any coal or iron markets out here, you're going to have to get your coal and iron from here, and those are going to have to be able to be delivered through the ports. So anything that has a port symbol in the blue area, that's a distant port. If these ports get built, also coal and iron can come in through there as well. You're going to have a bunch of these tiles here that are little like coin looking things on the back, and you're going to put them face down and shuffle them all around. And then there's spots on the board that have little thing that says market, and you're going to just put all of the tokens there. So some things, and what that's going to do, it's going to create a market for you to ship to. So this one has, so here you can see we have a cotton mill, and so this is going to be a market for cotton. This is also going to be a cotton mill market. This is just a different type of market. It's essentially just like a goods market. Some tiles say no demand, so Holland doesn't have any demand during the game, so you will not be able to sell anything to Holland, but you could still bring in coal and iron through the port at Holland. This one has a cotton and like a goods market on it, so either one of those items can be delivered there, and then you have cotton, and then over there in the corner you have no demand in Austria. Alright, before I also get into the game, I'm just going to show you how you win, or I'll show you how you win, but tell you. So what you're going to do is any money that you have at the end of the game is going to be converted into points. So you have your goods and money here, and what's going to happen is for every $5 you have, that's going to be converted into a victory point. Additionally, you'll have rails out there, and anywhere where you have a rail, the rail is going to get you 2 points plus any industry it's connected to. So for instance, if this rail was connected to this area and there, and so let's say it looked like this would be 2 points. Then you get 1 point for each industry that's built in a connecting city. So 2, 3, 4, 5 points. It doesn't matter that this is another player's color industry, any industry. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to add up your money, like I said, 5 to 1, and then all your rails are going to get you 2 points plus an additional point for any industry that's connected there. That also includes the market tiles, even a no demand tile. This could be here, and this could look like this up here, and something like that, let's say. And that'd be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, you wouldn't count this because nothing was built there. Additionally, you can't build the same color in a section unless there are 4 spots. So this has 4 spots, so green could build 2 industries here. This has to be coal, but these ones could be, cotton or a goods market or a iron mill. So yellow could build a coal mine here, or purple could build a coal mine here. Green could not build one here because he already has 2. So that's just one of the building restrictions for the game. Go first. So yellow got their 6 cards, so I'll just show you what yellow got. Yellow got these cards here, and the way the cards work is these ones here, they have like a gray color and a star, and that matches with the gray building areas and the stars there. And that means if you have one of these cards, you can build any of the industries in the gray areas. If you have one of these cards with a specific industry, that means you can only build that industry in an area. So, I could use this to build the port here. Likewise, I could use this card to build a port here, but I couldn't use this card to build a coal mine here, but I could use this card to build a coal mine there. So yellow has these 6 cards, and on the first turn you only get to do one move, and then after that it's 2 moves. So what yellow is going to do is he'll use his port card, and yellow will build a port in Bremen. Now, to do that, he doesn't have any money, and it costs $3 to build a port. So he's going to take out a $10 loan, which will get him 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10. The cost of the port was 3, and what you do is any money you spend, it gets put next to your player marker, and the person who spends the least amount of money will get to go first on the next round. So this is going to just go into like a discard pile. All right, so that was yellow. And let's see, purple. Let's look at purple's cards. All right, so I could build coal mines, ports, or any kind of industry in the white or black, white hex area or black square. Your first industry, you can put it anywhere. Any industry you build after that, though, it has to connect to by rail to somewhere else, and you'll see in a moment. So purple will have purple just use a coal mine card, and let's say down here in France, purple will build a coal mine. So if it wants to build a coal mine here, it's going to have to play this card. These cards will go back into purple's hand. A coal mine costs $1, and purple doesn't have any money, so alright, so green's going to draw 2 cards, and you can never have more than 9 cards in your hand. So the first card that green's going to take is this goods market from the display here, and then it's just going to take the top card of the deck here, and alright, it's going to get another goods tile. So now green has 8 cards to work with. That's the end of the first round. Green did not spend any money, so that means green's going to go first, purple will stay second, and yellow's going to go third. So then this money just goes back to the bank. And then additionally, before you start your next round, you look to see if anyone has any loans. And if you do, for each loan you have to pay $1 interest. So yellow has a loan, so yellow had to pay $1. And purple also has a loan, so purple has to pay $1. So these $2 leave their personal supply and go to the bank. And now green will get to go first. And from here on out, you get to do 2 actions instead of 1. So what green is going to do, so we have green's hand here. And what green is going to do is he's going to discard this card here, and also he'll discard this card here. And one thing you can do is by discarding a card, you can upgrade an industry. All right, and as I mentioned before, the goods market industries that you want to build, you have these 0 markers. They have a 0 on there, which means you can't build it until you've upgraded enough. So by playing 1 card for 1 action, he's going to upgrade this by getting rid of this token, and then he's going to play this card to get rid of this one. And now green has access to build goods market. So if he wanted to build near this market, he could, or up here near this market, or he could choose wherever he wants and create his own area. So that'll be green's turn, even though I used purple's token, so let me fix that. But anyway, so green's tokens, he has access. Alright, so now it's purple's turn. Oh, and you refill the display. When you refill the display, you don't, like you wouldn't, like let's say these cards were here, you wouldn't take a card and then see what the next one is. You just, if you take a card and then you have a chance to draw 1 more card, you either take this one or you take an unknown. You don't replenish it. And these were green's cards. Alright, so let me replenish the market. Alright, so now it's purple's turn. So purple will draw 2 cards. So he'll draw this one and this one. Alright, so purple gets a market and a port, and these are the other cards that purple has access to. So that was 1 action, drawing cards. And for the other action, purple is going to build a rail away from the coal line. Oh, when you build a coal plant or an iron plant, you immediately put coal or iron on it. It says on the player board in a dark number, how many to put there. And for the level 1 coal mines, you put 3 coal cubes on there. So purple has that. So purple's going to build a rail line, which doesn't cost any cards. Alright, and the first rail line you build is going to cost $1. Alright, so purple is going to build its rail line. down to Mannheim. It's going to pay $1 to the bank. And now any additional rail lines that purple builds is going to cost $1 plus a coal and plus an iron. And that'll be purple. Oh, sorry. Before you don't put it in the bank, you put it in the money spent section. All right. So purple has spent $1. Green did not spend any money. All right. So now it's yellow's turn. So yellow has these cards, these 5 cards here, and the first thing yellow's going to do is it's going to spend $1. So put $1 in the money spent section. It's going to build a rail from Bremen to Ruhr. And then after that, yellow is going to go ahead and build a factory in Ruhr. So that factory costs $4 and still has $5 available. So I'm going to cash that 5 in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And the reason I'm doing that is because 4 have to go over into the money spent section, and $1 goes back to the player. And he used that card, so that goes to the discard section. And so that was yellow's 2 actions: built rail and built the cotton mill. Now, what we're going to do is determine turn order, which will be yellow will be last. It's going to stay the same. Green didn't spend any money, then purple spent 1, and yellow spent that. So turn order is going to stay the same. I'll put the money in the bank, and then you look to see, well, who pays interest. Green still doesn't have any loans out, but yellow still has a loan out, so he has to pay $1 interest, and purple still has a loan out, so he has to pay $1 interest, and then you go on to the next turn. Okay, so now it's Green's turn. So Green has these cards here. And so Green's going to draw 2 more cards. So he's going to get the cotton mill and a black triangle. Alright, so Green will use, let's see, he'll use his black triangle, and he's going to build, so that will go there. He's going to build a cotton mill. Well, not a cotton mill. Where will he build? He'll build coal in Belgium, because you can only build coal in this spot. So he's going to build coal there. He's going to put the 3 coal cubes on there. He doesn't have any money, so he has to take a loan, which means he gets $10 to build a coal. Costs $1, so $1 will be spent in Green's section. And that was Green's 2 actions. Drew cards and built its first area. Alright, so then next after Green on the track is purple. And let's see, purple will, let's look at purple's cards. Alright, so purple can spend a coal card to build a coal station in Mannheim. So that'll go there. Build coal in Mannheim, that's going to be coal, and that's going to cost $1 to build, so that'll go to purple's money spent. And then let's see, he'll build a rail line. Alright, so purple's going to build a rail line from Mannheim to Strasbourg, so the rail is going to go there. That's going to cost $1. Additionally, each rail now costs purple 1 coal, so he's going to get the coal from his own coal plant, and when all of the coal is spent, this will flip over and get money for purple. So he's going to get 1 coal from there, but he doesn't have iron, so he's going to have to get iron from a distant port, and there has a market value for each good. So the first 2 cubes of coal from the distant market is $1, then $2, then $3. Same goes for iron, so he's also going to need a piece of iron. A piece of iron is going to cost $1 to get. So now he has his coal and iron for the rail, so those just go back to the general supply. The $2 go to purple's money section, and that'll be the end of purple's turn. Alright, so I'm going to remove purple's cards here and put out yellow's cards, since now it's yellow's turn. Alright, so yellow, first thing yellow is going to do is he has this cotton mill, and there's a port here, and this port has a cotton mill symbol on it, meaning only cotton can be delivered to that port. After you get past the level 1 ports, they don't have a symbol, and you can deliver any good to that port. But right now it only takes cotton, and yellow's going to take his cotton mill and flip it, and his port and flip it, meaning they have been used. And so the cotton mill is going to pay out $8, and the port is going to pay out $5, so that's $13 that the yellow player is going to get. Additionally, now yellow can pay off his loan of $10. That way he won't have to pay any interest. So this $10 is going to go back to the bank. And he has $3 now from that sale. And what he's going to do next is he's going to build a rail going from Bremen to Hamburg. The rail is going to cost $1. And he's also going to need coal and iron. And even though there's coal markets from the other players on the board, there's no rail connecting these coal markets to any of yellow's stuff. So yellow can't get the free coal from the board. So he's going to have to buy coal and iron, and he has a port here, so he could just bring it in there and connect it to rail, or to the rail that's being built. So those $2 will go to be spent by yellow. These go into the general supply, and that will be the end of yellow's 2 actions. So I guess that's something he must have spent. So then you determine player order. Green spent the least, so green will stay first. Purple and yellow tied. They both spent 3, so it just stays in the same order it is in. Then you look at loans for interest. Purple has a loan, so that's going to be $1 for purple, and green now has a loan, so that's going to be $1 for green. Alright, so now it's green's turn, so we have all the cards that green has available to him. And the first thing green is going to do is going to build rail from Belgium to Cologne. So there's that. The rail is going to cost $1, and it's his first rail, so only $1. Doesn't need to do the iron and coal cost. And then in Cologne, he will use one of his market cards, and he will go ahead and build a market there. And to build a market, it's going to cost $10, which means he's going to have to take out a loan. That's another loan to cover that, because he doesn't have that much money. Additionally, to build a market, you also have to use coal and iron. He has access to coal in his own coal mine, so that'll cover the coal costs, but iron, there's no iron anyone has. So he'll have to buy iron from the distant port. That's going to cost $2 now, because it's in the $2 column, so there's the $2 for that. And there's a piece of hair. Alright, so that is the $3 cost. So that will also go over there, and these will go back to the general supply. And that will be green's turn. Alright, so now it's purple's turn. So we're going to look at purple's cards. I have 7 cards. And what purple's going to do this turn is purple's also going to upgrade his market, his goods market. So he's going to discard 1 card to upgrade it once. So that'll get rid of this token. And then he'll spend another port card to upgrade it a second time. So now this token will be gone. And now purple will have access to build his goods market. So that'll be purple's turn. And so then yellow's turn is next. And since these cards aren't used, the ship cards for building anything, because ships aren't used on this side of the map, he's going to go and just discard this card there. And yellow's going to upgrade his goods market, so that'll get rid of that tile there. And then for yellow's other turn, he's going to draw 2 cards. So he'll draw a black square area and a black triangle area. So that'll be the end of yellow's turn. Alright, green spent the most money, so green's going to go last. And these 2 didn't spend any money, so they'll just shift up. And interest, purple has a loan. So purple is going to owe $1, and green has 2 loans. So let me make some change for green. Alright, so green has 2 loans, so that's going to cost green $2. Alright, and that'll be the end of that round. All right, so now that purple's first, purple gets to do something, and I'll show you something else you can do. If you want to build somewhere and you don't have a card that lets you build where you want, what you can do is you can discard one card. So he's going to discard his port card. And what you can do is you can build anywhere you want, provided you meet the rules of the game. So he's going to discard his port card. And what he's going to do is he's going to build a market in, Strasbourg. Right, actually, so in Strasbourg, he's going to build a cotton factory since he has access to these cotton goods markets there. So he's going to build that, and the cotton factory costs $4, and that's going to require him to have to take out another loan. So he's going to get another loan token plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and so the market costs $4, so 4 of these dollars are going to go here. And now he doesn't get a second turn. Whenever you discard a card to build anywhere you want, you only get one turn. So that was what purple chose to do, just take one turn but get to build down here because he didn't have a cotton mill card that allowed him to do that, and there wasn't one showing. So, he didn't want to take a chance of drawing and not getting what he needed, and then so he just took his turn doing that. So that is purple's turn. So then it goes to yellow. Yellow's next. So yellow, 1, 2, 3, has 5 cards. So he's going to take 2 unknown cards. So he's going to get another white star, and he's going to get a coal mine. And what he's going to do is he's actually going to use this coal mine to build in Ruhr there. All right. So, and remember, in the section with 4 industry spots, you can build 2 tiles there, but only if there's 4 spaces. So he's going to build this coal mine. So coal will go there. That's going to put 3 pieces of coal onto his coal mine. That's going to cost him $1, which is going to require him to take out a loan because he doesn't have any money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. There's $1 for his coal mine. And now, when you build a coal mine or an ironworks, if there is a depletion up in the market up there, you have to sell to the market. So he's forced to sell one of his coal. It ships up across the rail to the port, so it shows it has access. You wouldn't sell it to the distant port if you didn't have access to it. But he's going to sell this, so he's going to get $1 for that sale, which gives him $10. So effectively, he actually can just go ahead and pay off his loan. So we'll just put the money back, and that gets rid of his loan. All right, and that card goes there. Additionally, these players, they actually could have shipped their coal to the coal market if they wanted to. But now that coal is filled, if someone builds a coal market, or even, let's just say it's like it is, and let's say somebody builds somewhere and they don't have access to the coal on the board, and they take this coal to do something. Nobody is forced to sell to here. It's only if they want to. But the only time you're forced to sell there is if you build a new coal mine or a new iron workstation and you have access to a port, then you have to sell there. So that'll be yellow's turn. All right, so now it's green's turn. So green has access to this market here. So he's going to sell his goods here to this market there. And he doesn't get anything from this market token, but again, he has 2, 3, 4, 5 points right now from just this section. And so the market tile is going to pay out $16, which will allow him to pay off a loan. So I'll put that loan back, and now he'll take 6 of the $16. And for his next turn, he's going to build a rail line. So a rail will go there. That's going to cost $1. It's It's going to cost a piece of coal, and there's no iron, so he's going to have to pay for iron, so that's going to cost him $2 because it's in the $2 spot. And so there goes that money to the money spent section. These go back to the goods supply. And so that will be green's turn. So let's see, yellow spent the least amount of money, then green, then purple. So that'll be that. And then interest, green still has a loan out, so there's $1 for green. Purple has 2 loans, so there's $2 for purple. All right, so now yellow's first. So if we look at yellow's cards here, what yellow's going to do is he's going to build a cotton mill here in Hamburg, so that's going to cost the card there. And to build a cotton mill costs $4. He doesn't have any money, so he's going to take a $10 loan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, $4 spent on the cotton mill. This goes back to his supply. And then he's going to build a railroad from here to there, and then he'll be able to ship this to there if he wants, or if he builds a port, he could do that. So the railway is going to cost $1, going to cost a piece of coal, which he's connected to his own coal mine here. And coal, it has to come from whatever's closest. So like, let's say for some reason green was building here. Green couldn't take from his coal mine over here because yellow's closer. You take from the closest one. If it's equal distant, you choose where you want to take it from. So anyway, he takes coal from his own place, but he doesn't have iron, so he's going to have to buy iron from the market. That's going to cost $3 now, so he's going to turn in that 1, 2, 3, and get some change. All right, so these go back to the general supply, and this goes over to the money that yellow has spent. And now it's going to be green's turn. So green sees this big depletion up here. So let's see, can green do anything about that? All right, green can use his triangle to build in Ruhr because he's connected to it. And what he's going to build there is an ironworks. That's going to cost green $2. He has the money, so let's just make change. So $2 there. Get this. All right. And then that's going to get 3 iron cubes on it from the general supply. And he built this. It's connected to a port, so he is forced to sell his iron to the market. So $3, 4, 5. He's going to make $7 there. He has now used up all the iron there, 7, so he's going to turn that over. That's going to award him $5, so that's $12 that he's getting. He's going to pay back his loan of 10, which is going to get him $2 remaining from that sale. And let's see, so he did that, and now he will build rail between these two areas. So he's going to build a rail. All right, he's going to take this coal from there to that rail. He's going to have to pay $1. He used up all of his coal in the coal mine, so he flips that. That's going to get him $4. So let's give him $4 for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. He's going to need a piece of iron. There's no more iron on the board, so he's going to have to spend $2 to get that piece of iron. So that'll be spent also, and now he has his rail. And so you just saw that big kind of chain reaction of industries flipping and money being spent. And that's what happens as the game goes on. There's those kind of chain reaction things. Additionally, something to keep in mind is, you know, they're building these rails, but they only have 11 rails. Yet they have, like, let's see, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 22, 23, 24. They have like 30 tokens. If you had one industry connected to each rail, you know, you're not going to get all of your industry built. So you might want to do some upgrading so that you're building the better or more expensive industry. But something you can do, which is overbuild. If you use up an industry, Green can now build something else here if Green has the card. Let's see, he just used, what did he use? He used this card, all right. Like Green could use this card on another turn to build a new cotton mill here. And it would be, you know, like if he had a higher level cotton mill, he could do that and get more money. So that's something you can do. You can overbuild other people's, but there's special rules to doing it, and I'll just leave that alone for now because I don't want to make it too complicated. So that was Green's turn, so now it is Purple's turn. So Purple is going to build rail. All right, and he's going to go from Strasbourg to France. That's going to cost Purple. It's going to cost him $1, plus he'll get his own coal, but he's going to have to buy iron from up here, so that's going to be $2. So that's going to cost 2. And he gets, let's see, change. Alright, so there's his cost for his rail there. And let's see. What else is he going to do? Well, then he's going to ship. He has this here, and he can ship to this market, so he's going to flip this over. This market has been used. And this is going to get him $8. So let's see, he spent this, so that has to go over there. But now he's going to get $8. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So that's profit that he has. He actually has enough money to pay off one of his loans, so he's going to do that. So he doesn't have to pay as much interest. So this money's going to go to the bank plus the difference that he owes of $2. And this goes to the general supply. And now you determine again turn order. Purple spent the least. He'll go first, then Green, and then Yellow. And I'll just do one more turn. This will be the last turn here. All right, so this will be last turn. Also, was it Yellow and Purple had loans, so they owe money for loans. So put that into the bank. All right, so Purple goes first. So Purple will, alright, so Purple will build rail. Alright, Purple's going to build a rail there. Alright, so that's going to get a cube there, which will flip over this marker. So that coal mine is going to produce $4 for Purple. Did I do this? Alright. He has to buy iron and spend $3 on iron. So 3. Oh, and he owes the $1 for the rail. Alright, so there's action 1. And he's going to build an ironworks. So he's going to use his card here to build an ironworks there. Alright, to do that he has to take out a $10 loan. Alright, so he takes out this loan to do that. The ironworks costs $2, so spend 2. 1, 2. He gets 8, so 5, 6, 7. Or was that it? Is he good? We'll just assume it's good. I don't know. I'm losing track. So he takes that. He gets 3 pieces of iron there, but those are connected to a port, so those are automatically going to go here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to get him $7. He'll use 5 of that 7 plus this 5 to pay back his loan. And he gets $2 back, so we'll just give him a 5. And that is Purple's turn, and that'll be Purple's last turn that I show. And then we'll do Green's turn. Goes there. Alright, so Green will just take 2 cards, let's say. So he gets an ironworks, and he gets the blue section. So he'll use the ironworks card, I guess, to build ironworks here in Frankfurt. So that's going to cost $2. So there's that. There's $2. 3 pieces of iron go there. 1, 2, 3. 2 of them are forced to go to the port to ship back there, so that gets them to Alright, so he makes $2 there. And so that would be his turn there. This goes over to be spent because he built that. He spent that card. And lastly, yellow. And so yellow, let's see, what does yellow have? Yellow has the star here, so yellow can build a port up here in Kiel. That'll cost yellow $3. That means yellow has to take out a loan, so 3 takes a loan. 3, 5, 6, 7 goes back to his bank, his personal supply, and then his second action he'll ship there to there. Flips this, that's going to get him $8 plus this port. It's going to get him another 5, so that's 13. That'll pay back his loan. So it gives him $3. He'll use that $3 plus his 5 and 2 others from his supply to pay back his other loan. And so he has no more loans. Now, if that had been the last turn of the game, all right, you would go through and you, like I said, you would tally things up. You would see how many outstanding loans people have, and they'd have to pay that back. The only person that has that is purple. So that would affect his points, but essentially, yellow would have 2, 3, 4, 5 points there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points. Green 2, 3, oh wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13 for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right now, purple has more points here, but because of his outstanding loans, he would have to give up points to pay back the difference of the loan that he can't cover in cash, essentially. Anyway, that's kind of how it goes, an overview of Age of Industry.